So the Gowther that we have been seeing this whole series, the Gowther which we've been, introduced to is a puppet. We knew that. But we didn't know who the real Gowther actually was. We didn't know who he looked like, and the man makes his appearance today in this chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai 211. Now guys, let's get straight into this because Nakaba Sensei is a straight go. The way he comes in, and I just loved it. It gets me so hyped because for one, I love the character design. I'm in love with Gowther, real Gowther character design. So I'm gonna call Gowther that we know, Puppet Gowther, and then the real Gowther is the Gowther which we got introduced in this chapter. So basically, real Gowther looks like a straight savage. I cannot wait to see what he's gonna do. I love his character, and I'm just flipping hyped, like flip. He looks like a mix between Escanor, Esterosa, and Zeldris, but he's also got his own kind of thing, and that goatee, you know he's a straight savage when he's got the goatee, and like his hairstyle as well. It just looks awesome. So basically, the real Gowther, he has been imprisoned by the Demon King for about 500 years or so. Due to this imprisonment, he's thinking, okay, I'm not gonna have this. Let me create a version of myself. Let me create a doll, a puppet, that so I can still retain contact with the outside world. Now, Gowther the puppet. Okay, Puppet Gowther. We know that Merlin told us he was a puppet. That Gowther was a puppet. In fact, Merlin actually turned him back into a puppet not long ago. A couple of 50, 100 chapters ago. And so we knew that Gowther was created by like a wise magician, like a mage. So that's what real Gowther is. Real Gowther is a magician. It's kind of interesting, maybe he's got some ties to Merlin. Now, there's a lot of, already people are wondering, why is Gowther imprisoned? What did he do? What kind of makes me, what's kind of leading clues to it is when he says something in this chapter. He says that I have absolutely no interest in the Holy War. So, it's obviously ironic. Gowther, he was bestowed upon the commandment of selflessness, but he was forcibly bestowed this commandment on him. So, that's what, and so obviously he was imprisoned for doing something rather selfish. That's why the Demon King kind of gave him the commandment of selflessness. But he's been in there for 500 years, so it gets me hyped because I'm so excited that we've got some upper rank demons. At first, I thought from this kind of arc, it seemed like Montpierre and Dere. It seems like they were like the higher ranked demons, but no, we've got people even probably beyond that because we're seeing Gowther. Maristilla didn't even know who Gowther was, so that kind of puts in the timeline, it puts everything into perspective right there. So it's so interesting. The fact is that all of us were hyped for the Holy War 3,000 years ago, and that's what we're in now. We're seeing greatness. Now Gowther is even before that, because he's been in prison for the past 500 years. So I'm so interested to not only see his power level, like his rank in power, in comparison to all of the other 10 commandments, but also what he was, the previous timeline before the Holy War. Before the Holy War started, it seems like Gowther is one of maybe the eldest 10 Commandments, so him and Meliodas, they've got a connection right there. Definitely they've got a relationship, so I'm interested to find out more about that. But I do think there is a connection between Merlin and Gowther. Now, Merlin was aware that that Puppet Gowther was a puppet. She was aware that Puppet Gowther was created by a magician. So I'm wondering how much she knows. We all know Merlin to be some shifty character. Like, Merlin's got a lot of information within her, and she keeps her cards close to her chest. Let's just say that. So there's more than meets the eye with Merlin. We know that Merlin's the daughter of what, Belenin, or is that her real name? Something like that. Either way, Merlin is associated with the Demon Clan. So I don't know. Maybe Gowther was doing something with Merlin's family, and that's what got Gowther imprisoned. Bear in mind, in this chapter, Gowther wasn't the only one that came out of that prison. It was someone else, and I can't remember what they said, but they were like, oh, it's been 500 years since we've come out of it. Something like that. So Gowther's not the only one which has come out of this prison. What gets me kind of excited and a little bit terrified is the Demon King imprisoned Gowther for a reason. So I'm not saying that the Demon King was scared of Gowther, but he obviously imprisoned him for a reason, and I'm sure it weren't just punishment. I'm sure that the Demon King had to imprison Gowther, otherwise all hell, literally, all of hell would have broke loose, and that, no pun intended. But with Gowther, the thing is, which kind of gets me even more scared, is Puppet Gowther was terrifying. He was unpredictable. His power to manipulate the memories. We see how he manipulated King's, Diane's memories. He was playing around with loads of people. That was Puppet Gowther. 3,000 years ago, which in the arc which we're currently in now, Puppet Gowther, his sanity, it was more cynical, more evil kind of. So obviously everyone was thinking, wow, this is the new Gowther. He's gonna obviously be a little bit more mischievous, a little bit more evil. But this real Gowther is even more terrifying because it doesn't seem like he's truly blindly following the Demon King, and that's what makes it all the more interesting. He called Merisilla a blind sheep. So it shows you that, we found out in this chapter that he doesn't truly believe of the Holy War. So obviously he has his own agenda. Now I'm not saying that he's gonna like betray the Demon Clan, but he is a Joker card. He is an unpredictable character in this arc because we truly do not know what he wants to do. It seems like obviously he's selfish. That's why he was bestowed the commandment selflessness. It seems like he just wants to follow his own, like he wants to seek out his own desire and all that kind of thing. And the way which he was talking about in this chapter, he was talking about all the emotions and all this kind of thing. It seemed like all he wanted was just like satisfaction. It seemed like he's the kind of character that wanted to do whatever he liked, and he didn't want to be, you know, forced upon to do the rules and stuff like that. Hence why he doesn't even care anything about the demon, about the Holy War. And even when Merisilla was shouting, he pushed her hand out onto Merisilla and was just like, shush, the Demon King will hear you. So that got me hyped because it's just like, I can't wait to see this Demon King. And imagine what the Demon King would say if he found out that Gowther was out. Now, I think what is so exciting about this, and what is so interesting about this, is the fact that we're in the past. So, end of the chapter, Puppet Gowther was saying bye, that his life was meeting an end or something like that. Basically, he couldn't be sustained anymore. But in current timeline of the 7 deadly sins, Puppet Gowther is still active. So it draws up questions. How is he still active? And if he is, does that mean real Gowther is imprisoned again? If not, also maybe it can mean that Merlin, because bear in mind Merlin is aware of Puppet Gowther and his origins. Merlin's also able to put Puppet Gowther in the puppet form, in that form. So why did Merlin why Merlin is aware, and this is the thing, Meliodas should be aware as well. Why is Gowther part of the 7 deadly sins if Meliodas and Merlin are aware of the origins? I'm pretty sure that Merlin's aware. I'm not as sure of Meliodas, but it seems most likely that he must be aware of Gowther and his origins with the real Gowther and all of that kind of stuff. Now, obviously, the fact that Gowther is in the sins is kind of like a villain in the mist. So the Demon Clan, they do have a comrade in the enemy's camps, you could say. But obviously, real Gowther doesn't. It's from what I got from this chapter, it doesn't seem like real Gowther will do any orders. He seems like he'll do what he likes. So the fact is that he's got Puppet Gowther playing around in the sins. He's going to be manipulating them some more. So it shows you throughout all this whole series with Puppet Gowther manipulating Diane and King. Maybe that was all instructions from real Gowther. Maybe real Gowther, because obviously the Demon Clans, they hate what Meliodas has done. Maybe real Gowther also hates what Meliodas has done as well. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about that. Now aside from that, I want to talk about real Gowther's character design. So I think I said earlier in this review that he kind of looks similar to Escanor, Esteros, and like Zeldris to an extent, and he's got that awesome goatee as well. Now, it seems like he was in a wheelchair. Or maybe that was just like a seat, like he was in his throne, maybe something like that. But I don't know, we didn't see him walk, he was sitting down in a chair. Now I'm not sure if that is a wheelchair, I'm not sure if Nakaba Sensei did that to portray him, maybe that he literally can't walk. I don't know, bear in mind his powers seem to be of the mind, is of the mind. So it doesn't seem like he's a proper battle type kind of character, but this Gowther, Puppet Gowther seemed like he weren't a battle type. Real Gowther seems like he wouldn't mind getting his hands dirty, so we'll have to see what actually happens. And I'm kind of interested more on his character design. I'm interested in general because the fact is, the biggest question right now is he out of prison in current timeline? And if he is, what is he doing? So, aside from that, this chapter was awesome. It was pretty much just focusing on Gowther, other than, the realization of Diane finally being aware that Gowther was the one which was manipulating her memory. So I'm kind of glad that was happening. I'm kind of glad that Diane found that out. So I literally cannot wait till we get to the present timeline, because all of these revelations, when they bring it back to the present, it's gonna have, what's the word? It's gonna have some impact. So guys, please tell me your thoughts in the comments below what you thought about this chapter. What are your thoughts on the real Gowther, puppet Gowther? We're gonna get a 43-page chapter next week, and we're gonna get, character story, side story on Gowther. So I'm interested for that. I'm excited to see about that. We'll also find out about his sin. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked anything I say, please drop a like. That will be greatly appreciated. Subscribe for weekly reviews on Nanatsu no Taizai. And I'll see you next week for that greatness that is 212. Shin, understand. Peace out, guys, and goodbye. Real Gowther, you're a straight savage.